The only thing people are talking about is this rain.
Yes, and the cool down. Everybody wants to know about the cooler temperatures as well. So what we're watching in the First Alert Weather Center is that we will have a First Alert weather day tomorrow thanks to a cold front, some of the remnants from Harold and the monsoon moisture coming our way. And that means heavy rain and possible flooding throughout the weekend. So satellite and radar pretty active out there. Lots of rain off to the west. Southwestern Colorado's been getting a good dose today. And this goes all the way up into some of our northern and central mountains. Front Range Eastern Plains, we have been dry today, but that will change in the overnight hours. So we continue to see heavy rain off to our west, and there will be a chance maybe even of some late evening rain here in Denver, even if it's not showing up on the futurecast. And then even early tomorrow morning, there could be a few light showers. Kind of a lull tomorrow morning, except for parts of northern Colorado. And then we see another bigger wave come in throughout the afternoon. By about 1:30ish, things should really start to get going once again. And we'll see some pockets of heavy rain. These are going to be slower moving cells that pass through. And that's part of the reason why flooding concerns are really high. There's going to be the chance for heavy rain, and these won't be moving that fast. And then things kind of shift out to the eastern plains as the afternoon goes on and we head into the evening hours. But there will be the potential for pockets of very heavy rain, even still late on Friday night. And then through Saturday, some areas could still see some heavy rain as well. We have 2 flood watches in place. The western side, that dark green for the Grizzly Creek burn scar, that's in place through midnight tonight. The chance for heavy rain means flash flooding is a huge concern. Meanwhile, the Front Range, all this bright green that you see out towards northeastern Colorado, that's a flood watch through Saturday morning. With this slow moving heavy rain coming through, we are worried about flooding. So again, remember, turn around, don't drown, don't drive through high standing water. You never know how deep that is. And of course, we could have some issues with that. So please be careful. If you have heavy rain in your neighborhood, just stay home for a while. You don't need to go outside in that kind of weather. And then looking at our severe weather outlook out in the eastern plains, that's really the only area that could potentially see some bigger weather tomorrow. The rest of us, this will again just be slow moving, heavy rain moving through. Down in the San Luis Valley, we have seen severe drought make a comeback. 2% of the state is now under severe drought, and it is all in that area. Now, that may not sound like much, but once we get that severe drought to come back, it can expand very quickly. So getting this rain that's going to come through here off on the western side of the state is a wonderful thing. These are good, heavy, soaking rain showers to move through that. Hopefully, will kind of dampen down some of that drought that we're experiencing. Now, 10 days in a row of the 90s, 92 in Denver right now, 93 in Lyman, upper 90s out east, 60s, 70s in the high country. We have 91 from our weather watcher, Betty LaJeunesse, who lives in Erie. And tomorrow, the cool down arrives. 73 in Denver, 73 in Boulder and Fort Collins, 80s in the northeast, but still in the 90s in the southeast, 60s, 70s in the high country, 70s, 80s off to the west. Now, tomorrow is our First Alert weather day because we do have the chance of really heavy rainfall out there. So looking at our precipitation forecast through the weekend, this is not just all on Friday. Some areas of the foothills up into northern Colorado and maybe out east could see 2 to maybe 3 inches of rain in some areas. Maybe some areas get a little bit more than that in some localized spots. And then a lot of eastern Colorado could see about an inch of rain. So again, this is some really heavy rain moving through our area. And then on Saturday, we stay in the 70s, 75 in Denver, 73 in Boulder. Eastern Colorado, you finally get your bigger cool down at this point, 70s, 80s in the high country. And then it's still fairly warm off to the west in the mid to upper 80s. The cool down doesn't really impact that side of the state too much. We're still mild throughout the rest of the weekend and then drier again by Tuesday.
We could all really use a little cool down.
Yeah.
I know we're concerned about the flooding too.
Yes. But to get a sweatshirt and kind of cozy up.
Yeah, it'll be a nice weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lauren.